fragrance influencers contemplating another week of making daily reels about fragrances they've been gifted. Me after using tea tree oil and eucalyptus shower gel on my lower area. And this was me meeting another YouTuber for the first time at Milan. Hello guys, welcome back to the show today. I'm going to actually talk about stuff that's going on in the fragrance community that I think could spell the implosion of the online influencer world as we know it. And I'm also going to introduce you to a really, really good new fragrance that's citrusy and beautiful. Before I do that, don't forget, my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the impeccable decantboutique.com. Use the code MrSmelly10 for 10% off their amazing array of designer and niche fragrances, highly recommended by me. My recommended UK-based site is fragrancesamplesuk.com, and there your code is SMELLY2025. That code has changed, SMELLY2025 now, for 10% off at the amazing Fragrance Samples UK. Both sites linked by me. Recommended by me and linked by me in the description of this video. Okay, the online fragrance world, of course, is always evolving. It's changed a lot since I started doing it about 9 or 10 years ago. And that's not good or bad. It's natural that things should evolve. I have to say, I really think now, as I look at it and think, that we are perhaps at the peak point of the saturation of brands realizing that there's such a thing as YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of thing, and sending out lots of free things to people to put on their pages. I think the fragrance industry was a little bit behind the curve on that, realized eventually there was a big thing, and now is sending out loads and loads of fragrances to people. Even small people like me are getting things. I've actually got something from YSL here. I mean, me, YSL. Indirectly, I think, someone on their behalf. I've been sent the entire YSL Myself range, which isn't the kind of thing my viewers are really digging, so they don't maybe look into it. But I'm on someone's list, right? I'm even far down the food chain like me. People are getting sent this free stuff, and we're just saturated now with a lot of videos. If I'm scrolling through Instagram, in between looking at big boob bikini girls, whoops, we get cats failing. We get these kind of I just got sent this fragrance today to my surprise. How surprised were you? Because you get one every day, and I'm going to unbox it and give you my first impression. I'm not knocking any influencer who does that. I'm certainly not bitter or good luck to them. And I'm not knocking the companies for doing it, but I'm just wondering how sustainable this is. How many sales can these videos really be generating for the brands who send this stuff out? And at what point might it become apparent to them that in the vast majority of cases, it probably wasn't worth their while to send this stuff out? I don't know. I could be wrong. And I'm also wondering how long can people sustain actually being interested in a particular channel where it is just a stream of stuff that they've been sent and they're talking about it. I am not knocking the people who do that. I completely understand why they do it, and I'm sure they give a fair appraisal of it overall. Most things smell nice, so they're not lying if it smells good, and they describe it okay. But really, how long can this go on? Also, we've got so many channels now doing it very professionally and very well. I just wonder, I think that the star is about to overheat. We've got so much TikTok stuff, just so much of it. We are reaching critical mass where a star has been around for a certain amount of hundreds of millions of years, and it maybe produces the most energy that it ever does just before it implodes and creates a black hole. I kind of feel like this may happen in the online fragrance world, and I feel the survivors may be only the ones who are the very, very best at it, or maybe bring something a little bit unique to the table where you can say this is their unique selling point. Hopefully, therefore, though I'm way down the list of big YouTubers, I'm not big, I may survive because at least you can say, well, he's the one who likes classic fragrances, and some people say I dress dapper. Compared to some of the YouTubers, I guess I do, who wear a basketball shirt and a backwards baseball cap. Nothing wrong with that. And I make dad jokes and that kind of thing. Maybe I'll survive because of that. But I think a lot of the ones in the middle ground there was just, well, this person really likes fragrances and has a lot of them and makes a daily video about them. Okay, well, that doesn't differentiate them from Gent Sense, who also does that, but is kind of the biggest one, or Curly Fragrance, or the very... So I kind of feel an implosion is imminent. And I think the oversaturation of stuff, it's very boring to me now. I don't watch many fragrance videos, naturally. And, I saw people live streaming no sour grapes here. So this person had like 150 to 200 viewers at a time, which for the fragrance world is good, more than I manage really, apart from very rare occasions in the past when I've done live streams. And with my live streams I tried to do a little bit of a show and jokes, and it wasn't really about fragrances, because I kind of thought, how much can you say about fragrances? But this guy had a great a number of people chatting in the chat, very nice setup, great mic, and a huge array of wonderful fragrances behind him. Not knocking him in any way, but the conversation was simply like, people said, have you tried this one? He said, yeah, I've tried that one. Have you tried the other one? Yeah, I've tried that one. Oh, that one. Yeah, well, I'm not going to buy that for $400 because next month I'm buying this one that's dropping for $600. It's like, just seemed to be encouraging a little bit insane consumerism. And no offence to this person, who I'm not going to name, and you probably won't guess who it is, because it's probably not who you think it was. They weren't saying anything witty. They weren't saying anything particularly that showed they had insider great knowledge of the fragrance industry or notes. They were just, I'm not knocking them, I just saying that this one's like that one but more spicy. This one, ladies love it. It was like, they weren't bringing anything exciting to the table. And the chat was just, have you tried this one? Have you tried that one? Is this one better than that one? Is this one worth the money? What's your favourite cola fragrance? It's like, at least if you've got an exciting topic, which usually means not fragrance, you can have a little bit of a debate in the chat, or a bit of banter between people in the chat. When you've got a small amount, like 200 or less, people sort of know each other's names in the chat, and you might have a bit of fun. But there was none of that really going on. It was just like, do you like that one? Do you like that one? And I just, why is this happening? I just don't know. It's a very, very strange world that we live in, and something tells me it can't be sustained. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Next up, we're going to talk about an amazing fragrance I am genuinely enthused about, and I'll have to be very witty and funny now about it, won't I? Because otherwise you'll say I'm a hypocrite. Before we do that, don't forget, nortonandwilson.com, we do have a great offer, which we hope to sustain as long as we possibly can. Buy two and get 20% off. So 2 or more, add the second one to your cart, get 20% off. And if you're in the USA, it's the same website, nortonandwilson.com. They ship from within the USA, and you can buy in Canada too. If you're in the UK, same website, just choose the pounds option, and they're shipping from within the UK. Beautiful fragrances like Bon Viveur, wonderful citrus leaning chypre. Everything comes in our new upgraded packaging now, so you get this fancy outer carton. Bottles are all really beautiful, heavyweight, amazing stuff, and you get that kind of top-notch presentation for a really, really very competitive price for amazing scents from perfumer John Stephen. Okay, new fragrance for me. Thank you. This was scent free. Okay, they reached out to me from nowhere. Again, I think a lot of people are on these lists now, and they probably know nothing about me, and somebody's just got my name on the list, but they send a generic email. But I'm grateful to them, and I said, I will try this because I love citrus. It's a house called Granado, and the fragrance is called Citrus Brazilis. I didn't know anything about the house. Apparently they were founded in 1870. I don't know if this is the same, like the lineage is unbroken. So maybe it's a house that was there and didn't exist for a while and was revived. I could be wrong. Maybe they have completely been going since then unbroken. Either way, interesting. And so that kind of makes them, to me, it's a bit like the Brazilian version of Acqua di Parma. Fresh fragrances, maybe, is something they specialise in a little bit. Not sure. Haven't looked at all their others yet. And that kind of historic vibe. And the price, reasonable, because it's a 75ml bottle here, which is a very nice bottle. £125 in this day and age for a niche fragrance. Pretty fair, I would say. Notes in this one, you got mandarin, lemon and bergamot, mint, jasmine and kumquat. I must stop laughing at that note, it's incredibly immature. We have musk, violet leaves and patchouli. The perfumer is Quentin Biche, who's famous for, amongst many other things, Ganymede from Marc-Antoine Barrois. So he has a bit of a reputation for a certain type of thing. What he's achieved here is really good in that it's very juicy and zesty in the opening, beautifully fresh, and that really nice natural citrus fruit kind of aroma. I actually felt like I smelled a bit of grapefruit, but maybe the combination of mandarin, lemon, bergamot gives that impression. Whatever, right? It could have grapefruit. They pick the notes that they feel will be fun for you to hear about. Didn't pick up on mint necessarily, but it's a lovely mid with a floral undertone. Jasmine, yeah, it didn't leap out at me. And the kumquat, I don't really know what kumquat smells like. It's been a long time since I had any kumquat, to be honest with you, but we live in hope. Base notes of musk, violet leaves and patchouli. Again, the base I find to be what I would say a lovely, crisp, white, woody, musky tone, if that describes it. I think that describes it better than the actual note listing in how I experience it. Nice longevity, quite strong all the time, but not in your face annoying, and lovely, sits on your clothes. When I woke up the next morning, I did do them on the back of my hand, maybe go to bed, smell something in the morning on the back. You can't remember what you sprayed the night before, and then you think, I don't know what it is, but I really like it, and then you remember. Always a good sign. Beautiful, juicy, citrus fresh, aromatic, something a bit different, great to gift to someone, nice presentation, reasonable price, and yeah, nice bottle design, nice house, not one of these BS niche houses where they just, have only been around a short while and everyone's kind of saying, well, that actually smells like Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, but they're charging 5 times as much for it. Doesn't have that vibe, seems original, nice high quality. I recommend this one. 9 out of 10 from Mr. Smelly, and I actually would consider buying that, which a lot of the things I get sent free, in all honesty, I'm like, yeah, it's all right, thanks. This is really good. Granado, Rio de Janeiro, go to granado.uk. I have no affiliate code, no incentive. Don't mind if they send me other things in the future or not. Might even buy a couple, because they seem to have some other ones that sound really nice. I like it. That's the end of the video. Let me know what you thought about it. I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe if you think I'd bring something different to the fragrance world. That would be appreciated. And remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. And even though life can sometimes stink, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye-bye.